In today's episode of Help I Sexted My Boss,
William's worried the bed bugs are going to bite.
Jordan tells us about his new special fluffy friend, Kevin.
And there's a Spaniel's ear loose in a swimming pool.
If you like this episode, don't forget to hit the like button, please. Subscribe to us and watch new episodes every Wednesday and Friday. You all right? Mm-hmm. I'm suddenly in the mood for some milk tray. I don't know why. You look like the milk tray man.
He wore a turtleneck.
Yes, there we go. Keep
This
that
is
zip.
a half zip.
No, but it's very similar, isn't it? And he had a beard and dark hair. In fact, look into the camera over my shoulder and we'll do a side-by-side comparison for YouTube. Jordan or the milk tray man? Go on, give me a soft centre.
You're wearing another rugby jersey.
Well, it's sort of rugby jersey-esque, yes. You know, at this time of year, I like to slip into something rugby-related.
You do. It brings back all those childhood memories, doesn't it, from school?
We were a rugby-playing school, yes.
What position were you in the rugby team? Bottom. Hello and welcome to Help I Sexted My Boss, the podcast where we help you navigate the challenges of modern life, answering your 21st century questions and finding solutions to those everyday dilemmas, like is there ever a bad time to channel your inner Wendy? And how long is too long before replying to WhatsApp messages? Well, we'll leave it like a year, do you?
You leave it about a year.
2 weeks. And what should you do if you've accidentally sexted your boss? But we're not your usual agony ants, are we? William Hanson, the UK's leading etiquette expert and TikToker.
No, we're not, Jordan North radio presenter. I'm more luxury condo. You're more drongo. I don't know what that means, but it's from Jack. So
Well, it could be derogatory.
probably. Have we checked that? What is a drongo?
Drongo.
Sounds Australian.
It's Australian.
It does
It
sound
does.
Australian.
Yeah, fucking drongo.
Bird.
It's a bird.
Exactly, so it might be derogatory. Bird is in that flies.
Yes.
Because you know what Australians are like. No offence to any Aussies. My Graham works with, I think we've talked about this.
Yes.
Graham works with Aussies.
And even he thinks what they say is
And-
a little bit offensive.
Yeah, and my dad's like, we're in army. Not exactly what you'd call woke. And he's like, bloody hell, Jord. Some of the stuff they come out with.
The word drongo is used in Australian English as a mild form of insult meaning idiot or stupid fellow. The usage derives from an Australian racehorse of the same name.
Oh, you bloody drongo.
Where's that from?
Okay.
Bloody drongo.
Well, now we know. We got a new bottle of Dubonnet.
Yeah, because William's drank off all the other
No.
ones.
Would you like to open the Dubonnet for me, please? No. As we said on last week's episode, we were running out and we had 12 bottles of Dubonnet in Manchester. And Stu, our exec, or chairman emeritus,
Chairman Emeritus.
he and I in the Westfield car park, he put the D in the back of my boot.
I've sent the D down to you, boys. It's on the way now, it is. In the boot of the car. Oh, you've had a good week. That's Stu. What's he? Chairman Emeritus?
That's, I think, what you decided to call him.
Chairman Emeritus.
Yeah. Which I think means he doesn't do anything, but he does. He does an awful lot.
For those of you that, because we're still getting a lot of new listeners at the moment,
Yeah.
a gin and Dubonnet is,
Breakfast.
yeah, basically, it was the late Queen and the late Queen Mother's favourite drink.
Yes.
It's gin, any gin you want. Loads of people ask us what gin, any gin. A good gin. Gordon's is fine. And Dubonnet is a French aperitif. It's a bit like a port.
Yes, but it's lighter. It's not as heavy. It's best served with ice and a slice of orange or lemon. Our recipe is in our book, by the way, and actually one of my favourite bits in the book is the fact I have used the possessive plural on, rather than put, so obviously the Queen Mother was Elizabeth and the Queen that died last year was Elizabeth, so I have written it was a favourite of the late Queen's Elizabeth, like Surgeons General. You don't have Surgeon Generals, you have Surgeons General, and so Queen's Elizabeth.
Is he going to keep going?
It's one of my favourite bits in the
What are you
book.
just going to tell him to stop? You can pre-order that riveting book.
It gets better after that.
sexandmyboss.com/book. You can pre-order it.
There's lots of advice in the book. It is an advice book, we should actually say.
And get your pre-orders in soon
Yes.
because it's coming out very soon and we want to get on the Sunday Times bestsellers list, so please help us.
Okay.
Please. I know that sounds picky, but
Well, talking of the book, should we toast all our lovely new friends at Clay's, which is the printers in Suffolk?
Oh, what a day.
What a day it was.
To our friends at Clay's.
Thank you.
And Penguin Random House.
Indeed, yes.
There you go.
But they all we met so many of them, and some of them were at new G&Divas, some of them were existing G&Divas. It was lovely to see you print our book, and also nice that also, existing G&Divas work at the printers that are then printing the book.
So you can see what happened at the printers on socials. Go and have a look on all our socials.
We took Self-Shoot Alex with us.
It was a brilliant day. I mean,
it was really emotional.
It really was, and to see our actual book that we have worked pretty hard on it. We've been working on it since January. Mm-hmm. To see it being printed was amazing.
Yeah.
And you forget how many people now listen to this podcast. It's mad. Do you remember AD we met?
Yes.
Who's worked in the factory. This proper burly bloke, lovely lad. He went, "All right, boys, I'm a massive G&Diva, I am.
Not sure that was his accent.
Can you sign my book?" I was like, "Of course." Oh no, that was Self-Shoot. Sat Alex, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We had taxi driver, police.
Yes.
Oh, we had taxi driver.
Police on the train.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
The two coppers
off duty.
that had just finished the night shift.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. It's mad. But seeing it printed, it's coming out very soon.
Everyone who looked after us, gorgeous, lovely people, we're very excited. And nice it's made in England as well, printed in England.
Yeah, sorry as well if I was being a bit moody on this thing.
Moody on the train? What? I mean, a 7 o'clock train, so which presumably means you have to get up at 5:30. Where in that grand scheme of things would Jordan North be moody?
Just leave me alone.
We did.
Right, I
We
know,
did.
but Self-Shoot Alex didn't. What are you up to this week then, Jordan? Oh, not today, Alex. You seen any of the F1 then? Oh, not today, please. Yeah. No, I'm joking. I was actually. I wasn't that bad.
Well,
I wasn't.
Ben Zenner and I had a lovely time on our table. We just left
Who
you.
who wants to chat at that time in the morning? Who?
Normal, even Ben, and he's not a morning person, was chatty.
What worries me is, though, I've made it no secret, my ambition is to do the breakfast show one day. Am I going to be any good?
But to be fair, my brother, who used to do the breakfast show on Radio Bristol, awful in the mornings.
I think...
And I always was continually stunned that he could be jolly on the radio, and the same with you when you've covered breakfast.
Small talk. I'm on this week.
Are you?
Yeah, but small talk.
Good luck,
just
everyone.
At that time in the morning. Piss off. Sorry.
Could you not do the first hour? Maybe tomorrow on your breakfast show. Can you do like the first hour and just hi, and just do songs back to back for the hour whilst you wake up? I think it could be a new, fresh approach to breakfast.
As always.
Can I just say, just quickly, we also had a bit of Jordan late drama at the start of the morning, just to add to that.
Oh, yeah. We also, before we got on the train, and it's there aren't many trains to that part of the world, so we sort of had to be specifically on that train in order to get there, because it's a factory, it's got a schedule, doesn't wait for anyone. You were potentially late. You weren't late, but again, it was, I think producer Ben had a slight heart-in-mouth moment when you text going, "I can't find an Uber."
No, they kept cancelling on me.
No, do you have a bad rating?
No, it's really good, my rating, but I don't know why. I should have just got on the tube, but I had my bags with me and that.
Yeah. Well, never mind.
There
anyway.
we go. But we got there in the end. It's happening very soon, G&Divas. The book is coming. We've held it physically in our hands.
And the book. And we...
You're so obvious. You're so... Don't laugh at that, Ben. Oh, come on. Everything's a bloody innuendo.
No, where was that? How was that an innuendo?
Do you ever go a day without doing it? What did Mikey say to you a couple of years ago? Do you remember you got really offended?
Rein it in, Petal.
Something like he just said. He had anyway.
I can't remember.
Had a bit of a go at you for all the innuendos.
Oh, I can't remember. It doesn't sound like him.
Anyway, the book is available to pre-order now, sextedmyboss.com/book. As always, if you need our help with something, then we would love it if you got in touch. You can send your tales of trepidation to help@sextedmyboss.com, or you can write to William Hanson, who, in the fullness of time, promises a handwritten reply on one of our luxury cards with executive cell seal envelopes. The address for that is on the website, sextedmyboss.com.
How was your little weekend in Devon?
Oh, it was great.
Yes, it looked lovely.
It was really good.
Especially those trainers.
Oh, well, I've got so much shit for those trainers. They're Hocker. They're a good brand name. They're my, running trainers.
No, they're just very jazzy.
And Donna, who's at a place our friends who I went to stay at, Donna and Bobby's, they were like, bring your trainers because we'll go for a walk. So, but it was great. We went for a meal on the Friday. I mean, pub. I'm up 4 or 5 Guinness deep.
Oh, so we're okay with Guinness now?
Oh, I'm back on it. I've fallen back in love. Oh,
Phew.
It's because
Your whole identity flashed before us.
Because Mairead,
Yes.
she heard me talking about that had gone off Guinness.
Yeah.
My Irish friend Mairead, shock with that name, and she was like, "Here, come see me." So I went up to see her in North London.
She's from Southwest, is she?
She took me in the roughest Irish bar you've ever seen, like proper rough. And she said the Guinness in here is great, so I had it, and then we got really drunk on it on a Friday afternoon. Devon was great, thanks for asking.
Good.
Back on the Guinness, but at 4 or 5. Hey, that old scone thing.
Oh.
Ugh. So
Did you get it wrong?
Chatting to a few at locals,
If only you knew someone that could have told you the right way.
and we were having a laugh. And I was like, hey, is it you lot that put your cream on first or your jam? Is it your jam or your cream? And I think I said something as I was down in the dregs of my pint. Does it matter? Oh my God, you could have heard a
word.
pin drop. It was like walking into Blackburn with a Burnley shirt on.
It's not good.
Honestly, one bloke at the bar like, "Who are? I think it's time you left, young man."
Yeah, but no, you don't get it wrong. I mean, David Cameron, when he was on a by-election trail, I can't remember whether it was in Cornwall
Is
or
it
Devon.
that serious?
He did it the wrong way. It literally cost them the by-election, basically.
Did it really?
I think so. They get very cross.
There's more going on in the world.
Well, but not in Cornwall and Devon. They have a sort of a fairly extremist group that come and tell you off, the URA.
Very, very good.
Thank you.
URA.
I love the handshake has become the Paul Hollywood.
Yeah, a double handshake for that.
A double handshake.
Double handshake. The URA. So, etiquette expert William Hanson.
Yes.
In Devon, they put the cream on first, then the jam.
Correct.
And then in Cornwall, they put the jam on first, then
Yes.
the cream. But you're saying, as an etiquette expert, what is the correct way, Devon or Cornwall?
Well, if you're obviously in Devon, do it the Devonian way. If you're in Cornwall, do it the Cornish way.
Oh, get off the fence. You have so many splinters on your ass.
If you are not in Devon and Cornwall, you can do it whichever way round you like because it's just a scone. It doesn't flipping matter.
This is your whole... It doesn't matter how you pick a fucking bag up.
No, don't
It
be
doesn't
stupid.
matter how
No,
you
don't
eat.
be, no, don't
I'm
be stupid.
sorry, but you can't say that. It doesn't matter how you eat an olive, but you've made you've made a living off how we could say that about literally everything you say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Well, it
matter
does.
how you use a fork.
So
It doesn't matter if you lick your knife.
Well, it does when you chop your tongue off. So I would say, if you want to be scientific about it with the cream and jam, some people have said if you have a more savoury tooth, you prefer savoury food, having the cream on last, so that hits the roof of your palate first, people prefer that. Whereas if you have a sweeter tooth, you put the jam on last, so that is the thing that hits your palate first. So it is personal preference. Some people go, oh, it's impossible to spread jam on top of cream. Others say vice versa. So you do it whichever way round you want. To be diplomatic, because as you know, I like that fence, what I normally do is that I do one half of the scone, jam then cream, the other half of the scone, cream then jam.
Oh, okay.
What you don't, however, do is you don't put jam on one side, cream on the other, and sandwich it together like a burger.
Okay.
No.
You put butter on it?
Absolutely not. Not unless there's no cream available.
Oh, okay. Sometimes put butter on.
Okay.
Speaking of teas and scones and stuff, I'm really into Earl Grey at the moment. Is that fancy?
Well,
yeah,
it's not that fancy. But
I had an Earl Grey in Devon. And
did you have it without milk or with?
With milk.
Oh, no, you're not meant to have Earl Grey with milk.
I thought you are.
No, slice of lemon in the summer, pips removed.
I've always had it with milk.
No, it's too weak to have with milk. I mean, some people like it, and again, personal preference. Does it matter? But correctly, you have it without milk.
No, it's nice with milk. A bit of sugar in it.
Have you tried Lady Grey?
No.
That's sort of slightly fruitier than
What's
Earl Grey.
Earl Grey? What's in it?
Tea.
Okay.
It's a light type of tea. Maybe I'll do the history of Earl Grey for an etymology,
Oh, okay.
but not this week because we're not doing
How was your week in Venice?
Our weekend in Venice, yes.
Is it true it just stinks of shit?
No. I think in the summer, but most cities, when it gets really hot, London can smell a bit pongy.
Drains in Magaluf are known for being bad. I
Right,
remember that.
exactly. So, I mean, I'm sure during the summer, we weren't there in summer, we were there in October, obviously, but we did not smell anything. It smells salty, like you go to the beach or sort of seafront and you get a sort of a waft of fish. We were running the other way, but you get a hint of something, but I wouldn't say it stinks, no.
Did you go on a gondola?
A gondola.
Oh,
We did do a gondola, which is punted by gondolier. Gondolier is the person with the stripy...
Oh, did you go on a gondola?
No,
That's what I was asking. That's what... I go back to my original question.
No, we did not.
Did you go on a gondola? So what
No.
the boat's called the gondola?
La.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been to Venice.
Oh, it's
I've never
lovely.
been to Italy.
It's so romantic. What?
No.
Do we need to take you to Italy?
I thought I might have gone as a kid. I think we passed it on boat.
Well, I'm going to be controversial here. I think there's a hierarchy of the three major European holiday destinations. Italy, top draw. France, good. Spain.
Hey, you know Spain's my favourite country.
Yeah, but you haven't been to Italy yet.
No, I do like carbs as well.
Oh, go for a bit of gnocchi.
And I do like a nice suit.
Right, well, Italian tailoring, British tailoring, different, but anyway.
Italian tailoring's a bit baggier, isn't it?
No, if anything, it's more fitted.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I prefer that. So you had a good time.
We had a lovely time. I mean, you can tell, obviously, in Italy, well, and in France and Spain, obviously, they all eat a lot later than we do in Britain.
They're doing, yeah.
Yeah, but you could, I mean, most nights we'd have dinner and then go for a walk around Venice to see it at night, because again, it's pretty day and night. And you'd go past all the restaurants and they'd be like, oh, do you want to eat? And show you the menu and like, no, I'm so sorry, we're English, we've already eaten. It's what we kept saying to everybody. It was only about 8:30.
Yeah.
But yeah, far too late for us.
It's the same in Spain. The kids, they've got school next day and it'll be 10 o'clock at night and they're all having the main meal. We were in bed for after Emmerdale.
Maybe it's because they don't have Emmerdale in
That's probably what it is.
That's why probably people go to bed
Do you know
earlier.
what they need to do? They need to play the Emmerdale theme tune across the country. Because when we used to hear the end of, it would have been start of Emmerdale, 7 o'clock when we were like kids, and you used to hear the Emmerdale theme tune.
Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da. Do you know what gives me the worst anxiety now?
What?
Heartbeat theme tune.
Oh, really? Because it's Sunday.
Oh. But I was allowed to stay up to watch Where the Heart Is.
Where the Heart Is?
Maybe when the grass is greener.
Who was in that?
Only on the light I know. I was born here. Something. Where the heart is. Sarah Lancashire was in it.
Oh, was she?
Was it Peggy that died in car crash? The nurse had to sleep in mum's bed that night, all mortified. I think it was Peggy. Oh, Where the Heart Is. Oh, it's great. It used to be on a Sunday.
Okay. Monarch of the Glen. Never watched it, but again, I had the similar... If Monarch of the Glen was on, it meant basically nearly bed on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So that was my...
That was the Irish one.
Scottish.
Oh, was it Scottish?
Hence Glen.
Oh, yeah, Heartbeat. I've never watched it. I hated it. And
It's a very popular show. Heartbeat.
We've done this before.
Have we?
Okay. Anyway, we had a lovely time in Venice. It was very nice. Do strongly recommend going. It's not cheap, I'll be honest, but as a place, even restaurants, are expensive. But it is beautiful, and you've got to go and see it.
How much was a brew?
Before a what?
A brew, a cup of tea.
I don't think I had a cup of tea the entire time I was there.
A coffee.
Well, it depends where you go.
Coffee and
three
pastry.
euros.
That's not too
Oh, I
bad.
didn't have a pastry. Had a cannoli.
What's one of them?
It's that sort of pastry that's absolutely filled with cream.
I love them.
Yes, I'm told. Are you worried about bed bugs?
No, but I bet you are.
Yes, I've ordered some bed bug traps.
What the hell's
We don't have them.
What the hell's a bed bug trap? Surely they're too small.
No. It's like a box. It's quite a thin box that you, in between the bed frame and the mattress, you sort of put down the side, and it's got some sort of scent they're attracted to. So if you've got them, they'll go into the box, and then obviously if there's at least one in there, we've got a problem. I don't think we do have a problem because we hoover the mattress, we spritz it with Dettol every month, we
How do you
change the
spritz it
bedding.
with Dettol? That one.
You get the Dettol bottle
which
and
one?
you squeeze it.
No, the Dettol that you got me for my washing.
Oh, you could use that. Yeah, that's fine.
What? Because I don't
Dilute
want
it, I probably would.
Yeah, but I don't want to bleach my bed.
Well, that's not bleach.
Dettol spray.
Yes. any sort of anti-bac or disinfectant.
Oh, okay.
Mix it with a bit of water, probably in a spray bottle.
What about method?
Well, if it was method antibacterial, then it would be okay.
Okay, I'll do that.
That's what I would suggest everyone doing.
Okay.
Although I am told that bed bugs are not, because I thought, oh, we won't get bed bugs because we're clean, and there isn't a correlation.
No.
Like, there is other things. It's if you're dirty, but actually with bed bugs,
They used to say that about nits at school. They go for clean air. It's like, well, it ain't because, bless him, he stinks. That smelly kid now at our school has done really well for himself.
has he?
Yeah.
What's he doing now?
Running his own haulage company. He's done really well for himself.
That's nice.
He stunk at school. He absolutely stunk.
Now who's laughing now?
I know, he's done really well for himself, bless him.
Well, I'll keep you posted. Once these traps arrive, I think they're arriving today, actually. So when I get home, I'll put them down the side of the beds, and I'll
Okay.
update you next week if we haven't. I mean, if we have any next week, my house will be on the market.
Okay. Right. Thanks for keeping us updated.
Pleasure.
Your
Your week all right?
Yeah, good. Oh, shit, I've not told you about Kevin, have I? I've not told you about Kevin.
We need to talk about Kevin.
Yeah, my cat.
What?
Have you got a cat?
Well, kind of. Do you remember that cat that ran me out?
He's not your cat, is he?
Well, a few weeks ago, I put out a little bit of milk for him, and I don't know if you should put out a little bit of milk for him. So I see him every day now.
And you
He's in
called
garden.
And you called him Kevin.
Yeah, I just thought Kev. He looks like a Kev. Might be a girl.
Has he got a gut on him?
No, he hasn't. But he comes in house, and now we're in garden. I was stroking him on Saturday morning when I was out having my coffee and a fag, and he comes in kitchen.
Oh.
He's our little friend.
Describe Kevin for us. What sort of cat?
It's the cat. He's patchy. He's quite cute. Now, I don't mean this any offence to anyone, and my grandma included. I'm not a cat man, never have been, but Kevin slowly but surely
what
winning
colour?
me over. White, brown and black patches.
Tortoiseshell.
Yeah. He goes very well with my Ray-Bans.
Oh, my sunglasses are broken. I've got to go and take them to get fixed after this.
But yeah, I've got a little, so he's like, I like it. I kind of look forward to when he comes in now.
That's nice.
Welcome to your 30s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Catman with the milk tray.
Never thought I'd have a...
With the milk tray!
You're on
That is
fire
full.
today.
That is full circle.
You're on fire today.
You literally are the milk tray man.
Also, before we go to Jordan's Jolly Joke of the Week, the amount of DMs I've had from people sending me jolly jokes because they don't want this feature or segment to die. So thank you very much.
I'm not going to kill it, just sort of put it out to pasture.
No, it's fine. Beth Hinby sent me this one.
Okay, Beth, lots riding on
She
this.
says, I've got a joke that I found really funny that I think you like. I asked my boyfriend how Cleopatra got her skin so soft. And I'll tell you the punchline after the break.
Back to milk again, aren't we?
Okay, Gene Divas, thanks for sticking with us. It's time for Jordan's Jolly Joke of the Week. And thanks to Beth Hinby on Instagram for sending this one. Really good. So I asked my boyfriend how Cleopatra got her skin so soft. He replied she bathed in milk. So I asked him to run me a bath of milk. He said, would you like it pasteurised? I said, no, just up to my tits. That's good.
I laughed. I'm laughing. It's not the strongest, but it's funny. It's better than some of the other ones.
Can I
we've
just
had.
say, keep them coming in, but just be careful. Like some I can't read out, even on this podcast. Kieran sent this one. I once bought a dog from a blacksmith. I only had 5 minutes when he made a bolt for the door. Do you like this one?
I love it
from-
when you set up a joke like that.
Kieran.
Yeah. Kieran again.
Same one. A flasher flashed 2 nuns outside a convent. One of the nuns had a stroke, the other wasn't quick enough. So there you go. Thanks for all the wonderful Gene Divas that sent them in.
Should we go on to the listeners' dilemmas?
Yeah, sorry, Jesus.
This is a nice short one from Vicky. Hi, William and Jordan. What is appropriate when requested to wear something colourful to a funeral? Thank you, Vicky. So traditionally you wore black for funerals, and I think on an etiquetteology a few months ago I explained the history of that. It's because black basically was very expensive.
Sorry to interrupt. You also went through your funeral Wish list.
We have.
What was
yes.
that called? And your will. It was in
Yeah,
your
my will. Yes.
I ain't got a will.
Have you not?
No.
But you got a house or a flat. You need to get a will.
House. Do I?
Yeah. And you have to put in that you leave everything to me.
Yeah.
I think you'll find.
I'll do it now.
I don't know. Writing on the bottom of your script,
Leave to Wendy.
I'm called William.
Jordan North.
Yeah, that would not stand up in court. I will contest that.
Oh, God. You're joking, aren't you? Excuse me, Mr. Lawyer, speaking down to me, you snotty-nosed cow. This is in black and white. Our Jordan said I could have it, and I'm going to have a little house in London. You try telling her that. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
So, yes, some people they request before they die that people wear colours, and it's not a depressing funeral. It's a celebration of life, and everyone's to wear a colour and be happy at the funeral. As I have said before, I don't want that for when I die. I want people to be absolutely gutted I'm gone. So I want people to be in full black. Jordan started already. I want people to be in full black, mourning, crying, wailing, really having a terrible time at my funeral. However, I have been to funerals before where the deceased has requested people wear a colour. To me, and this is just my view, a funeral is a funeral. I would feel very odd wearing bright yellow, bright orange, bright blue. But equally, I do want to respect the wishes of the deceased and not sort of stand out like a sore thumb. So my suggestion to this is purple. A darker purple, and then it's a little bit of a colour.
What about navy blue?
Yeah, fine. Navy blue, purple.
I'd just wear a black suit or a dark suit with a colourful tie.
Yeah, but I personally would find that odd going to
I would.
a funeral. So again, purple.
We wore Burnley ties for my uncle's funeral.
Did you?
Yeah, that was quite
Were
nice
people
day.
crying?
Yeah.
They were all Blackburn supporters.
God, we're not bloody psychopaths.
No. But yeah, or maroon. Maroon's another option as
That's
well.
what Burnley colours are technically. Claret.
Well, there we go. Yeah. But no, Vicky, I hope that one helps. This one is from Soph. Hi, William, Jordan, EPB and Diego. This weekend, my old boss popped over for a cuppa. In preparation, I bought a packet of posh biscuits to have with our tea. When she arrived, she presented me with a packet of equally posh biscuits, and I suddenly panicked. What's the etiquette here? Which biscuits do I serve? Do I open the packet from my old boss, or should I have opened my packet and offered them? It's plagued me since they left. Thanks, Soph.
I'd say a bit of both.
Yeah.
Like, we'll have some of mine, have some of yours.
It's very diplomatic.
Yeah,
You're back on my fence.
or maybe open theirs, I'd say, so it doesn't seem rude.
Well, I would say, and I'm sure I've said this before on this podcast, any sort of gift you bring over to somebody's house, whether it's going around for a cup of tea, whether it's going around for dinner, it is a gift for the host, and it's up to the host to decide when to open it. So you shouldn't bring a bottle of Dubonnet, bottle of wine, chocolates, thinking, oh, I'll eat that tonight when they open them. It is, the moment it leaves your hands, it's not your prerogative anymore as to when you open them. So I personally think in this instance, it doesn't actually matter what you did. As long as you enthuse, like, oh my gosh, they look absolutely delicious. Can't wait to share them with Mikey tonight, for example, or whatever. I mean, I don't know why Mike is in your house, Soph, but you get the idea. That would be fine. And if you've already got your biscuits on a plate ready to go, why bother opening the other packet? I don't think your boss would really care. But if you do want to be diplomatic, as Jordan suggests, do a bit of both.
Those biscuits you got me, when did you get me them?
Oh, those Toffaloffers ones.
Oh, what they call and eat them?
Toffaloffers.
Toffaloffers.
Yes.
What was it?
Fulton and Mason, we'll just say
Oh,
it.
were they?
Fulton and Mason Toffaloffers biscuits.
In the tube.
Yeah. Are the best biscuits.
Oh, my.
They make
days.
excellent gifts. They're really big, chunky biscuits as well.
Oh, they were so good.
Yeah, I give them to everyone.
They were so good. I can't have biscuits in those.
No, I can't. And I especially can't have those. I did do half a tube in a day once, which is quite. Did you do a full tube? Oh my god, you did the full tube of 20 biscuits.
I left two. I left two.
They are good though.
It was a Sunday, and I was having a sober Sunday, so I thought I've got to have one vice. I had like a pint of milk with it as well. Oh,
Yay.
Wow.
Have I bought them for either of you? Okay, I'll bring some in next time I go.
we bring me some as well.
All right, fine.
Thank you.
I was in there the other day, but I haven't been in for ages actually.
Anyway. You win every day. You're there more than Queen. Well, you are now because she's dead.
No, the Queen is not dead. We now have a new Queen, Queen Camilla.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, this one is from Alice, and Alice is an assumed name on this one. Dear William Jordan and executive producer Ben, brackets, EPB. This is handwritten, by the way, handwritten letter. I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing because I find myself in a predicament and I'm not sure what to do. Recently, a good friend of mine celebrated their birthday. I would class them as a close friend, having known them for quite some time. I know they usually have some sort of party to celebrate every year, and having asked well enough in advance if they would be organising something for this year, I was told they weren't sure, but if anything was arranged, I'd receive an invitation. The weeks went on and I didn't hear anything, so I didn't think anything more of it and assumed nothing was happening. The day of their birthday comes around and I bought them a gift, like any good friend would, wished them well via message and went to work as normal. That evening I returned home from work and have had a brief scroll through social media, only to discover to my horror that said person is having a massive night out and I'm not there. There are too many people attending for it to be an uncoordinated, unscheduled or surprise party/night out, so I can only assume it was entirely planned in advance and I didn't receive an invitation. I'm normally quite good at sweeping these things to the side and just moving on, but I can't help but feel especially hurt in this situation because they are a very close friend and I was previously told I should be there should anything be organised. I'm not sure if I should address this issue as I don't really want to cause any tension or risk damage to our friendship, but I just cannot help feeling annoyed about the whole thing. They are completely oblivious at this time to my feelings on the matter. Should I raise it with them or just let it go? I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this. Best regards, Alice.
Oh, Alice. What are your thoughts on this one, William?
It's like, Alice, I can understand why you are upset, especially because you were told you would receive an invitation. However, something has clearly happened that we don't know because of the information we're going off. That means that the host, however bad it was of the host, and I'm not on the host side here, that you weren't invited, Alice. So what's gone on? And probably what I would do, let's say you had a birthday party, I hadn't had an invitation, I saw it on your social media, and then I would probably send you a message or phone you, or I'd see you like in 4 days' time anyway, and say, is everything all right? Do we need to talk? Have I done anything to annoy you? And I probably wouldn't let you leave the room until you had told me. That's probably what I would do.
Yeah, but Alice sounds like me. She doesn't want to. Sounds like she doesn't really want to confront it.
Then what would you do?
I think you probably should, because it's gonna eat up. It's gonna eat you away. Yeah, it's gonna. So I think you should definitely speak to them and say, "Oh, is there a reason why I wasn't invited?" It could be something innocent like, "Oh, I thought you were working that day," or.
Yeah, but even so, I mean, sometimes you like.
I think you need to speak.
You invite people anyway, even if you know that they can't attend. It's just nice to have an invitation.
Also, Alice sent this on the 20th of July, so it's probably been sorted by now. Anyway, can we start getting better with these? Come on.
It's him.
Excuse me.
People are relying on us for advice. She sent this the 20th of July. Alice has probably sorted it out by now.
Excuse me. I have a big backlog.
I beg your pardon.
I have a big backlog.
Alice, I think you should. You should sort this out. Like, speak to your friend, definitely.
Yes.
I think you should address it.
And Alice, if, as Jordan says, because you wrote it in at the end of July, life has got back to normal and there is a resolution, please let us know what it is. help@sextedmyboss.com.
Okay.
Email in, I suggest.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I'll be on it.
Yeah, because then we'll take it. The other option is, just as I know with our own mailbag, I'm going to go out here that maybe Alice's friend posted the invitations. Maybe it didn't arrive in the post. But equally, I'd follow it up with a, did you get my invitation? This next one is from Dan. Hi, William Jordan EPB. I have recently come back from a holiday with my family to Spain, where we were accompanied by my 84-year-old wheelchair-bound and deaf grandmother.
Oh.
One day, whilst lounging by the pool, Nana decided she wanted to swim.
Will you take me on holiday when I'm that age? Oh, we'd be so cute on holiday together when we're older.
Really?
In our little wheelchairs.
Well, we may not be in wheelchairs.
Well, Ben can push us along the beach. And Adam as well. And self-shoot Alex can film us.
Yes, in his wheelchair.
Oh.
Nice. Okay, fine. Not being able to get herself in the pool, my brother and I assisted.
Mikey had run off with Cat by then, so they
Yeah,
were in
fine.
the picture.
Satisfied she was in safely, I returned to my sun lounger while he joined her. Having been in the pool for only a matter of moments, she slipped and went under. Being in a wheelchair, you can appreciate my concern at seeing this, especially seeing the look of horror on my brother's face when she re-emerged.
Stop. Stop. It's always Nana's on holiday.
Thankfully, she wasn't injured, but it became apparent that one of her...
What?
Thankfully, she wasn't injured, but it quickly became apparent that one of her breasts had slipped out of her swimming costume. As you can imagine, age and gravity have not been kind to her. And now her Spaniel's ear, no apostrophe, was in clear display to everyone else by the pool.
I don't know if we should be laughing at this.
It's not funny. Blissfully unaware that she had acquired a new flotation device, Nana continued to paddle about as if nothing had happened. Seeing that my brother was clearly in shock at the sight and avoiding eye contact, I tried to get her attention by saying, "Nana, your boob is out."
Yes, I was just going to say, get a female, get another girl to say it.
Well, this is from Dan. Unfortunately, being in the pool, Nana had taken out her hearing aids, and so she couldn't hear me. I had to say, "Nana, your boob is out" 3 times, and by the end, everyone in the vicinity had heard.
Nana, your boob's up. Your boob, your tit, your left tit, your left tit's hanging out.
Luckily, she noticed and casually slipped it back in. What is the proper etiquette for making someone discreetly aware of a wardrobe malfunction that you cannot get their attention? Kind regards, Dan.
Dan, I mean, I'm sorry we laughed. Dan, I'm genuinely sorry we laughed at your nan.
No, but I think Dan probably knows it's quite funny, which is why
I think
Dan's
he
written
does.
in.
Yeah.
You did what you had to do, Dan, in the situation.
What is
And also,
the
I don't think your grandmother minded that much because she just sort of tucked it back in and continued. I don't think it's that much of an issue for her.
I think you've got to do it. I was listening to Miriam Margolyes's second book, audio book.
Oh, yes.
And she was saying that it's not like a memoir, it's more like funny stories and observations. She said that you should always tell people. I was at a meal just yesterday with my mate Seb.
Tell me more.
And there was loads of people there. And I had yoghurt down my chin. And he just went, "Mate, you've got yoghurt down there." Instead of doing the whole thing, just tell him. But Miriam Margolyes said, a woman, this beautiful woman, once got out of the ladies' toilets and there was a queue of ladies, and she still had a dress tucked into her knickers and toilet paper stuck to her high heels. And she just walked past this queue and Miriam went, "Stop!" Ran up to her, and this woman like grabbed both her hands and had tears in her eyes. Was like, "Thank you." I was about to walk out in the restaurant to my husband, and it would have been embarrassing. So I think you should.
Yeah, I think most people would rather know that they have something wrong. I mean, the etiquette normally, if you're in a restaurant and let's say you had yogurt or tomato sauce in the corner of your lip, if I was sitting next to you, I'd obviously just tell you quietly. But if I wasn't sitting next to you and I needed to tell you, as I'm sure you know, it's done by eye contact.
Yeah.
You just sort of look and with your napkin just dab the corner of your lip, and that's correct. That said, you can use technology for good. I had a thing a few weeks ago as a friend's...
How would you say to him, "You've got a bit"?
No, I wouldn't say. You just sort of make eye contact and touch your lip.
Okay.
The other day was at a friend's, we'll call the friend Bob, and I noticed we're all standing around having drinks in the kitchen island, around the kitchen island, a very nice house, having drinks, and I noticed that Bob had his flies undone. Now, obviously, I did not touch my flies and look at him in the eye because the evening could have gone another way, but what I did was I went to the loo. Bob had a smartwatch, so I text Bob, and obviously it had pinged up on his wrist. He had checked his wrist, and by the time I came out the loo, flies were done up.
You see, I disagree with that. I come in the other day and you said it to me. Like, where I'm from, you just go, "You're flying."
What did I say to you?
You said, you said, "You're flying. You're flying. Is it not cold?" And then you go, "Oh, it was a bit nippy." I thought, so you make a little joke like, "Oh,
I said, Jordan,
the
you need
cage is open, but the beast is hidden," something like that.
Oh my God.
And don't do that.
You need...
Don't do that.
You need to say... I just said to you, Jordan, you need to review your flies.
Review your flies. Just say you're flying or your flies are undone. Anyway, I think, Dan, you did the right thing with your nana and her boobs.
Yes.
Have you got any picture? Oh, no, that sounds weird.
That's weird.
I didn't
We
mean
don't
like
want
that, but you wouldn't take pictures. Poor nana.
This is from Lauren. Hi, William Jordan EPB. My dilemma is about the receiving of cards and gifts at birthdays. Face to face, my usual response to someone giving me a card or gift is normally, "Oh, you shouldn't have. Thank you very much. That's very kind." At the time of writing, it's my birthday tomorrow, and I've had a couple of family members ask for my address so they can send me cards and gifts, and I never know what to say. As a child, I was taught not to ask for gifts from people as it was rude, so my automatic response was, "Oh, don't worry, don't go to any trouble," as giving them my address felt like I was asking for gifts even though they brought it up. However, after sending the reply, I'm now wondering if it came across as ungrateful and wondered what I should have said in this situation. Lots of love, Lauren.
Oh, that's a great question,
Love
Lauren.
it.
William Hanson?
I would say, you can say, you just sort of do sort of faux protesting, give the address and say, "Oh, you really shouldn't, but if you want to, here's the address. Thank you so much in advance." However, even if you say thank you so much in advance, that does not replace a thank you after you've actually opened the card or present.
Okay. Because it is hard when someone says...
I mean, you don't need to thank for a card, but if there's money inside, obviously you do. If there's a present, you should thank.
Yeah, you just say, "Oh, you don't have to do that," because it would be then, you don't have to do that.
No. What would you do? Would you agree?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd say, "Oh, you don't have to do that, but it's here's my address. I'm in it this time." Or leave it with the neighbours.
Yes. Yes, on some, when you send things now, you have to sort of ask for a safe space.
There's
sometimes.
still one company...
Safe place, sorry, not a safe space.
There's still one company that still don't leave it, and it's so annoying. Just leave it on bloody doorstep.
Well, not if your doorstep's on show to everyone else, and yours is. And if it's secreted round the back, as it were, that's okay.
No, because then Kevin would probably piss on it.
Kevin, the lovely cat.
Kevin the cat. We don't know whose cat it is. It's one of neighbours.
Does it have a collar on it?
Don't know, not looked.
Well, next time you're stroking it, have a look.
Yeah, I think he does actually. He winds next door's dog up, which is funny because next door's dog does me head in.
What type of dog?
Barks.
Yeah, what type of dog? They all do.
One that... I don't know. Anyway, come on, do one more.
Okay, final one. This is from an anonymous. Dearest William, Jordan and EP Ben, I'm a deputy headmaster and line manager of the pastoral leaders at a secondary school. Last week, my head of year 7, who is a God-fearing woman, had a dilemma. A student in her year group approached her to tattle on another child, who we will call Charlie.
Grass.
He is a fairly innocuous child who had brought a sonic screwdriver into school and who was messing around with it in several lessons, pretending to be the great Time Lord himself, Doctor Who.
What's a sonic screwdriver?
Well, it's what Doctor Who has.
Oh, and what's the other one? A Sutonic child. What does that mean?
Innocuous child. A child of no particular note. Someone who coasts.
That's a bit harsh.
You don't remember them because they're academically wonderful or super polite, and you don't remember them because they're...
Tell him that snitches get stitches.
The telltale child felt this was a distraction to her learning and asked the year leader to do something about it. The head of year agreed to follow this up. Later that day, she confronted Charlie and asked him to produce the screwdriver, which would be kept in reception and collected by his mum. The head of year was ready to remind this boy that we are not an institution of show and tell. Those carefree days of primary school are now long gone. To her horror, he produced not the Doctor Who fandom memorabilia she was anticipating, but instead a vibrator. To the boy's credit, it did light up. I'm not altogether sure why this feature was necessary, come to think of it.
How innocent is that girl that she didn't know what it was, to be fair?
I don't know how old the boy was either.
You probably didn't know what a vibrator
Year
was.
7!
Yeah.
Now, this God-fearing woman in her early 30s was standing in the middle of an English block with the Year 7 presenting an object of a sexual nature. To make matters worse, the corridor then erupted with bodies. 2 Year 11 lads stopped and simply stared at the head of year before crumpling into balls of hysterics. Eventually, she grabs a tissue. Those good old-fashioned blue paper towels which solve all ailments, and takes the phallus into her ward. She then decides I'm the best person to solve this pickle of an interaction. I told her to phone Charlie's mother. My advice was to be cautious and a little vague with Mum. Just to say it was an item which may belong to her, has made its way into school and needs to be collected.
Jesus wept.
That phone call did not go well. Mum was initially confused and then, when the penny dropped, became rather defensive and stated it had nothing to do with her. The item is still in reception a week later. I'm thinking she's probably just bought a new one. So, did I give my head of year the right advice? Yours most sincerely, Anonymous.
I think you did, because you could say there's an object here that you need to pick up, and then she'd be mortified when she got there. But yeah, I think she did. That's got to be the weirdest thing that's been handed in at school.
Yeah.
A dildo, a mum's vibrator. I reckon we're going to get a letter a couple of weeks saying, help, my son took my vibrator to school.
I mean, the good news is, Anonymous, you've made the receptionist life. Because now that thing hasn't been collected.
Well, not just that. That story's going to go around other schools.
Yeah.
That'll spread.
The place will be a buzz.
Yeah. That is mental. That is absolutely mental.
I would, if you could reverse the clock, like Jordan suggests, there's an object that doesn't belong at school, could you please come to pick it up, rather than going into detail?
Why did he... Why? And did the year 7 girl think it was a doctor? Did the kid know what it was?
Who knows? I hope not in year 7. Maybe he genuinely thought it was a sonic screwdriver.
I would have known in year 7.
Well, yeah, but you were you.
Right, if I want to ask you a question, but it's something you never meant to ask on broadcasting. Year 7, all I'll say is year 7. And if you're listening now with kids, you really shouldn't be listening with kids to this podcast.
Yes, we'll just give you a moment to
turn
turn
it
off.
down, because really, year 7, all I'll say is, did you still believe him?
Oh my God, you're not meant to say that.
No.
I still do now.
Did you?
Yes.
In year 7?
Yes.
What year was you in when you...
Is it wrong if I say lower 6th?
What's that?
No.
Year 11?
12.
Year 12?
You're joking. How old would you have been then?
17.
Oh, you're
What?
winding me up.
You are having a laugh.
I was... Oh, to be fair, I'm thinking of Austin. My little nephew, he's in year 7. He's in year 7.
Is he in year 7 already?
Yeah.
In year 7? He's like that high.
He probably still wouldn't know what... Yeah, come to think of it, he wouldn't know, and I think he's not. I think I was in year 6.
Were you?
Yeah. Our Ryan told me, I'll never forget, I was flicking through Match magazine,
Right.
and I was like talking about what for Christmas.
Okay.
What happened?
Was it a sonic screwdriver?
No, it was. Anyway, he's horrible, our Ryan, at times.
Yeah,
Imagine
I-
telling year 6 that. Anyway. Right, what we doing?
Well, what's coming up on the weekend release, Jordan?
I have no idea.
What's coming up on the weekend release, Jordan?
We have another edition of Etiquette Explained.
Oh, my favourite feature.
Remember, if you've enjoyed this episode of the podcast, we do have a favour to ask. Follow the podcast and turn on notifications so you can keep up to date with all our new releases. Leave us a rating and a review. And number 3, share the episode with someone who might love it as much as you do. As we're about to finish now, please, as long as you're not driving, get your phone out and share this episode with someone you think will like it.
And remember, you can listen every Tuesday and Friday. You can watch us on YouTube on Wednesdays and Fridays, and share us on your socials all week.
You can send your tales of trepidation to help@sextedmyboss.com, or you can tweet us or send us a message on Instagram @sextedmyboss. Or you can write to William, who in the fullness of time promises a handwritten reply on one of our luxury greeting cards with executive self-seal envelopes. The address for that is on the website sextedmyboss.com.
See you on Friday.